Hey guys, coming at you with another game of King's Conflict, and today we have a match involving the Mage King, so you know it's going to contain both lightning and tears. Let's get into it, should be fun. So we're going to start with the red player's turn. He moves forward, summons the Tower of Frost, and then a gold mine into his own mountain range. That's a fantastic first turn. It puts him in a good position to be producing gold every turn. The only thing he doesn't have is a servant in those forests to generate him even more gold. But the blue player has to have the best hand of all. He has two briberies in his opening hand. Bribery can be used to convert your opponent's servants into your own, so at the right opportunity, those can completely turn around the game. So the blue player is going to play the scavenging peasants there, and then the weather master into his own forest. Having enough servants to place into the forest first turn is fortuitous and highly beneficial. So the red player here has 23 gold, 3 cards in hand, and he's generating a decent amount, but he really should get something into that forest if he wants to be an economic force in this battle. But just as the blue player checks his gold, boom! Lightning strike. Takes out that expensive unit on the blue player's side. It's so sad, the weather master never even got to see the light of day. Little known fact though, tears are actually made from salt water. Those conduct electricity and the red king will only kill you harder, so the blue king's gonna try to hold back his tears and laugh it off. Coming back to the blue player's turn here, he drew a rogue knight. So now he has to choose where he wants to place that, and that's why he chooses where he wants to move his unit. It's always important to move for placement. So he's going to move his foraging peasants up and place the rogue knight to the right. Instead of up for more territory control, he's moving him right for faster offense. The rogue knight can move 4 spaces, so he'll be in a position to charge the king much sooner if he takes the short route on the right. The red king moves into his own forest, so he himself is going to be occupying that forest and generating gold. What he needs to do is get a servant. So he burns a card, and what better servant than the Frost Mage? That generates both snow cards and freeze cards and can really mess up the opponent's day. So the blue player drew a silver mine. That's going to be a great benefit to him. That king flourishes when he has a lot of gold. The rich king has a lot of high cost cards like bribe that do a lot of good when you have enough gold stored up. So he's going to move his pieces around for territory control and make sure that he has enough gold to use bribery. He's looking at that Frost Mage with greedy eyes. He needs that Frost Mage on his own team, not working against him. So he checks to make sure he's making enough gold. 34 in fact will have been more than enough gold to use bribery next turn. So the red player moves up and places Earth Elemental. That's a pretty tough move for the blue player to handle because the rogue knight either has to retreat very far or the Earth Elemental and Frost Mage will combine to kill him. But little does the red player know that he has not only 1 but 2 briberies in his hand. So right now he just has to make the tough choice between bribing the Frost Mage and bribing the Earth Elemental. If he bribes the Frost Mage, it has a 50% chance to strike the Earth Elemental and freeze him, which would stop the Earth Elemental from killing him. But the Earth Elemental can take several attacks, so he's going to bet on that and use that Earth Elemental against his opponent. He's also going to move up to deny him territory, and the red player is going to lament. Yes, it's a sad day and a hard situation to deal with, but nonetheless, such is life. It was a very risky move, moving that knight up there. Pretty much depended on the opponent not freezing the Earth Elemental, but that's what happened. The blue player got lucky with that bold move, and it paid off. The red player is now without any servants, and he has few cards and little gold generation going for him. To solve the problem of gold generation, he destroys the blue unit in his own territory so he can start generating gold with his own forest once more. So the blue player's Earth Elemental is crumbling because he doesn't have a mage in the same region with him. That's the caveat to having such a powerful and inexpensive unit that can move into mountains, is that he has to have a mage in the same region to prevent him from crumbling away each turn, reducing an attack and health. Right now he's considering moving up on the king and attacking him where he is, but that Tower of Frost is going to prevent him. That makes things a little too inconvenient, so he's not going to do that. He considered placing the agent, but the agent really works best to assassinate opponents' servants, which he doesn't have any of. The bribery does the same thing. Although it's a very valuable card, it only works on enemy servants, which the enemy doesn't have any of at this point in time. So he's going to go ahead and burn that, knowing the enemy doesn't have the means to generate enough gold to put forth a serious servant very soon. He's also going to summon a Juju Master in that hills region along with his elemental to stop it from crumbling away. So the red player moves up and summons a priest to the rear. Priests generate blessing cards which buff the health of units, even kings. So the blue player just drew a frost mage of his own, as well as generated a small juju. The Juju Master generates a small juju card 90% of the time and a big juju card 10% of the time. So those small juju cards are used to convert one tile from a terrain type to an adjacent tile's terrain type. So what he's aiming to do is use it on the mines, the gold mines in the top right, because those can only exist in mountains. Once the mountain goes away, you have nothing but gold dust. That must be devastating for the red player. So he's going to move his knights back for region control, as well as just to get him out of the way of that opponent king, which could advance and kill both of those units if he had not retreated. So the red king just generated a blessing the blue player already knows. He's going to move forward and summon wolves into those mountains, and then bless his own king. That was a smart move. A Mage King with 4 health is a lot harder to take out than one with 3, but imagine if he has 7 or 8 health. That can make the blue player's job very hard. The blue player just drew another small juju. He can use that to create mountains where he just destroyed them underneath those priests, but that's a 50-50 shot. The priest has a chance to escape, so that might not be the right move for him. What he needs to do is surround this king before he has the chance to generating any more gold with that large forest he possesses behind him. So he's going to move units up here to take the brunt of the damage. These units are melee range and they're very, very close up to the king. So he's going to prioritize them first, and that's where he'll strike. He's considering placing the Weather Master in that tile. That really is where he should place him. The Weather Master attacks twice and could therefore kill both the priest and also attack the king diagonally. That would have been the smart move, but he made a little bit of a mistake there by summoning the Frost Mage instead. It was risky. It wasn't the smartest, but he does have him surrounded, so that's in his benefit. Here, he's got the wind pretty much locked up, but he's going to make kind of a goof. You're going to see him play the small juju to create that mountain we talked about, but that only brings the priest closer and really puts him at risk for losing this fight. But nonetheless, he's able to strike once, take out that priest, and the math worked in his favor. He took out that king. So he made a goof, got lucky, but King's Conflict is a skill-based game. He did the math right, and he ended up winning that one anyhow. Thanks for watching, guys. King's Conflict is a free online game you can download at kingsconflict.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, or Tumblr, or check the game out on NDDB or GameJolt. If you'd like to support King's Conflict, you can share it with your friends, contribute online in the forums, or even design and submit maps. Download King's Conflict at kingsconflict.com and play today, guys. Thanks.